Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a vlog to kind of share with y'all what my days are like. Right now it is 7:40. Kids start entering at 7:55, so I have a few minutes to update my boards over there and to get a few things ready. So I'm going to stick to it, and then I will update y'all how things are going at my next break. Everyone, it is my first break of the day, which is lunch. At this point, I have taught 3.5 classes. It is now 11:15. I had first, second, third, and then half of fourth. Our schedule this semester came out a little bit weird because most of the fourth periods, they come to class for 30 minutes, go to lunch, and then come back for the second half of class. But it works out pretty well because that is a very mature group of students for me. Next semester it changes. We'll talk about that later. But I wanted to share with you real quick what we are doing in class today before I go run and have lunch, which is awesome because Parent Teacher Booster Club has made lunch for us. So I would love to go and enjoy that. So let's see real quick what we're doing today. Okay, so today is a bit of a transition day for us because it is December 14th and grades are due December 16th at 8 a.m. So I have like a day-ish to get grades finalized. So you can see on my board here on the agenda, the first thing that I need to do is pass out their progress reports so they are aware what their grades are, what's missing, what's not. Thankfully, this 6 weeks, we have done a really good job of turning things in, so I don't have that many things missing, just like the last project we were working on. And then hand back means to hand back all of the papers that are behind my desk. You can see there's a stack over there, there's a stack over there. I want to get rid of like all of that. And then missing work is just there to remind me to talk to the students who have test grades that are missing our projects. And then 6th grade is doing something called an alphabet letter. You can probably think of it, everybody has seen these. In elementary classrooms, the teachers will have the alphabet up, and then with each letter, we'll have like an animal or some kind of illustration to illustrate something that starts with that letter, like apple for A. Okay, and so I showed them some examples, and they come up with their own. We're starting that today, finishing it tomorrow. Those should be pretty big and detailed, so we're taking a little bit. That's kind of a filler project. It won't really be for a grade. Kids don't know that, but it takes up some time. It's a fun, interesting project. I already had one class that did it this morning. They loved it. Were super engaged. Some of them made like a lot of them. So it's working out. But for Art 2 and 3, for my 7th and 8th graders, they have presentations tomorrow, and I totally misspelled presentation. That's what I get for putting things up there super fast. So after the missing work stuff, then we got to prepare for the presentation, and then they have work time to finish their projects that they are presenting. As far as preparing for their presentation, I kind of am faking it a little bit in that I'm giving them this planning paper that typically is given at the beginning of a project. We've done it a few times, but this time we're doing it at the end, and it just helps them lay out the information that I want them to put in the presentation, like what their project is, the main goal of the project. This time around it was to design their own project and complete it on their own, list the steps that they did. Some of them may only have like 2 or 3 steps, some of them may have 7. So I put the space there. And the materials that they used, I just copied these from when we used them before, so that's why the verbiage is a little bit different. So that's what 7th and 8th grade is doing. So I will talk to you on my next break. It is now the afternoon. It is my conference period. It is actually almost to the end of my conference period. I had to go in the office and count some money. I did the concession stand a few days ago, so we had to confirm how much money I had and all that good stuff. Then I had a few things to take care of in the office, so I am now going to put together a few little things. My goal is I want to have a cookie, pass my first goal, and then I also have some number labels for my tables that have gotten a little ripped up and I had to take off. So I went and got the supplies to make that, and I'm going to make those. Then after that, we'll see where it takes me. I have a lot of planning to do, and then in about 20 minutes, at 4 o'clock right now, it's like 3:40-ish, I have UIL practice, and so then I'll have to come back after that and finish the rest of my work. But let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am finally back in my classroom. Earlier I was in the teacher's lounge because during my conference they have a class that meets in my classroom. I don't teach it, but there's a class that needed space. Normally they're in the gym, but they got kind of moved around. They need a desk to sit at. So they asked me to use my classroom. That's why that was there. A little bit of a weird thing about my schedule, although tomorrow is the last day that happens. So that'll be good. It is now after school, after UIL time, which unfortunately none of my UIL kids showed up for practice. Most of them are good. They already know everything, and they have actually put in the required number of practices. But there are a couple I was hoping would come to this extra week of practices so that they could be a little bit better at it. But we got one more practice tomorrow. We'll see if they show up. Overall, though, I think they'll do pretty good. Pretty good. We got some pretty strong kids on our team this year. So I need to first clean up my classroom a little bit. I need to switch out my boards over there. And then let's see. I just have things I need to prepare. When I come back from break, that I am actually gone for 2 days. One of those days is a work day. And then the second day, the first day the kids come back, I won't be here, and the kids come back with a sub. So I have to finish setting that up, kind of preparing it. I'm just going to prepare a bucket and have it ready to go. Today's only Wednesday. I have till Friday to do this, but I wanted to get everything ready to go and have a good vlog for y'all. Make me do my work so that tomorrow I can leave earlier than normal, and then Friday I can just leave when I'm done, which will be awesome. Start my break early. Okay, so I'm going to get to do some cleaning up, update my boards, and make sure I have everything ready for tomorrow, do the sub stuff, and then planning, I think, is what I have to do after that. Let's go! Most of them are doing pretty good, like this one's doing alrighty. I have, for these table numbers, I printed out numbers that are for each seat on each spot on the table, and then a little background color, and then they are put on with tape. So I'm going to get those fixed up. almost 6 o'clock. I have been here after school for 2 hours. I feel like I haven't gotten that much done because I haven't really crossed much off my list, but I think I'm being productive. I am ready for tomorrow. I have planned and prepared for my sub. I kind of already had a plan, but I had to like make copies and stuff and get supplies. That's all ready to go. It's all in my beautiful bucket right here. It's ready to go. By the way, it's like dark outside. Anyways, so I'm still here. I think the last thing I'm going to do, make myself do before I leave, is to finish planning for that week we come back. The week we come back is a little weird because Monday is just a holiday, and then Tuesday is a work day. Kids come back on Wednesday. I'm not here on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, I'm here, so I have to, my next step is to plan that Thursday, Friday, which I'm glad I'm thinking of it. For some reason, I thought I only had one day. But I had to plan that Thursday, Friday, and it would be nice if I could go ahead and prepare it today before I leave. My husband's working late, so I don't have to be home anytime soon or worry about him that much. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking I only had one day. That's weird. I already did the other day some notes on what's going to happen the week I come back, or like the 2 weeks I'm back, because I was planning on doing lesson plans for those 2 weeks, which if I get to that second week, it would be nice, because I only have 2 days when I come back, Thursday, Friday, and I'm missing a work day that week, so it would be nice if I got that done. So that week is also, because it's the first week of the semester, my plan is to review procedures and review expectations. And so what I need to do is kind of make a list of some things I want to improve in my classroom. I kind of already have a little bit of a list going. For example, kids making comments during my instructions. And that's only really a problem with 1 or 2 classes, because when it gets towards the end of the day, I kind of get a little bit lazy with being like ultra on top of enforcing expectations. And I definitely was at the beginning of the school year, because I have a couple of those couple classes where people interrupt me every single day. Every single day is like, okay, I'm waiting for the recipe to stop. Or I have to like go over and grab a discipline folder. It's just like a visual warning to grab it and be like, hey, we need to correct our behavior. Every single day. So that's one thing I want to fix, so I don't have to do it every single day. It's understandable, it's going to happen occasionally, especially if I'm showing them artwork, but we need to practice that better. We're going to need to go over our social contracts. We are going to need to, there's one other thing I thought earlier I wanted to fix. I don't remember. I didn't write it down. Oh my gosh. I'm a person who like has to write things down, and I didn't write that down, and I am so going to regret it. What I had done in the past is over several days, I would write down notes of things I want to improve for the next semester. And this year I didn't really do that, and partly because I've had a very successful semester. This has been my best school year so far. Was really strong first few weeks of school, so my kids got good habits in place. I am realizing that there are a lot of things in terms of curriculum that I need to make sure and hit, especially for my 6th graders, because I restructured my scope and sequence this year, and so there's several things that we didn't get to yet, and I feel like we already should have, because I don't know if they're going to be at the same level as my other classes were at the end of their first year of art. So I have to take a look at that, but that's something I'm going to worry about after I come back, because I already have the first project that first few weeks we're going to do. That's the first project we're going to do. It takes like 2.5 weeks. So that's what we're doing when we come back. We're going to kind of look at and improve things. I'm kind of rambling, sorry. But we're going to improve things. So I'm going to get those plans together, and then I'm going to go home. I'm going to end the vlog here, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good night. I lied. It wasn't the end of the vlog. I did not leave that soon. I haven't left yet. It is 7:09. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so I planned Thursday of that week. I didn't plan Friday because I went into super detail on Thursday. I don't have to worry about it over break. One of my kind of fears of this break, of taking a couple days off to extend my break, is just kind of making me think I'm not going to be ready. So that's why I went into super detail. Tomorrow I'll go in super detail on Friday. And then I also got a few things prepared, and I'm here in the copy room and made some copies. And now I'm going to leave. Now that my copies just finished right before I started this clip. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you got a little insight into a teacher's day. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions or thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.